Confused about what you need to do and when to get ready to buy your first home? Well, keep watching, because here at First Home Focus, Move IQ in association with Skipton Building Society has a straightforward 10-step plan to planning your first home. Even if home owning is only a faint dream right now, it's never too early to start saving. Many lenders will require a 5% deposit to be able to get a mortgage. And if your first home is costing you $288,000, for example, with a 5% deposit, you would need £14,400. Look out for top-rate savings accounts plus the lifetime ISA, known as a LISA, designed especially to save for a deposit. The government tops up whatever you save each year by 25%, up to a maximum of £1,000 a year. You should, however, be aware of important terms with regards to a LISA, and that's that you can access your LISA funds to purchase a home valued up to £450,000 after just 12 months from your first contribution. However, if you decide to withdraw funds for any other reason before turning 60, be aware that a 25% government withdrawal charge will apply. This means you'll end up getting back less than what you originally paid in. Next is to know what you really need from a property and what you would ideally want. Once you understand what your deal breakers are, the things you couldn't live without, you won't waste time looking at unsuitable properties. While a cottage with roses round the door might be a want, a modern, maintenance-free flat might be what you actually need at this point in your life. It's important to be specific about where you want to live, what you want nearby, and what draws you about the broader area. Perhaps that's proximity to friends or family, the commute to work, shops and restaurants nearby, places for your morning run or dog walk. A search that stretches across 3 counties is going to be harder work than one which covers a few villages or streets. Visit your ideal area regularly, day and night, to get a feel for what it would actually be like to live there. Checking your credit report is an essential step to buying your own home. You'll need it during the pre-approval stages when you apply for a mortgage, and any mistakes could cause your application to be rejected. Check it carefully, and if it's not as healthy looking as it could be, can you clear old debts, pay future bills on time, and be mindful to use any credit cards sensibly. This all shows that you are able to manage longer-term debt. Now you're ready to find out what a lender might let you borrow, which is essential for setting your home buying budget. A mortgage in principle from a lender will give you a clearer idea of what you can achieve financially and if you're ready to buy. And it may help you secure a sale, as it proves what you can afford and shows you're organised and committed. This means that sellers and agents are more likely to view you as an attractive, well-organised buyer. Part of the process of getting a mortgage in principle is taking a good look at your income and outgoings by looking at your spending habits, bank accounts, and bills. This is step 6 to get a firm grasp of what would be affordable in terms of monthly mortgage repayments. With your mortgage in principle, a sensible budget set, and a deposit building, you now have a good idea of what you can spend on buying your first home. But please don't forget to factor in the costs of buying. As a first-time buyer, you'll be able to swerve stamp duty if your home is under the first-time buyer threshold. But if it doesn't fall under this, then you'll have to pay stamp duty. Check an online stamp duty calculator to find out how much. There'll be bills for surveys and solicitors, removals and renovations, so make sure you'll have the cash set aside for these. And talking of solicitors, lining up a conveyancer at this stage isn't a bad idea, because you don't want to be scrabbling around for one just at the moment you've found your dream home. Speak to family and friends to get recommendations and do your research. You want someone who's a good communicator, specialises in your kind of property purchase, and is reliable and proactive. This also shows you to be a well-organised buyer when it comes to making an offer. Now for the exciting part, house hunting. The property portals are a great research tool because you can plug in your budget, must-haves, and location. Register with your favorites to get notifications when new homes become available. This is especially helpful if you have a desirable street or village, as you can set up alerts for this specific location. The portals are also helpful in allowing you to track what the local market is doing. Are lots of properties coming up for sale? Are they sitting around or getting snapped up? Are prices being reduced before offers come in? You'll get a real feel for which properties are overpriced and those you'd have to move fast on. You'll also start to get a feel of the price points where you could pitch a realistic offer. But don't just rely on these portal sites. Not every estate agent advertises every property online and often advertise on their own website before the portals. It's well worth building a rapport with agents in your chosen area and letting them know you're organised and ready to go. Because you've worked out your budget, location and must-haves, you'll be able to give them a clear idea of what you're looking for. So when places come onto the market, they'll have you in mind as a good potential buyer. You might even get a heads up before it goes on the market. If you're struggling to find suitable homes, remember that changing your search area or adjusting your wish list are two main ways you can bring more properties into budget. Your penultimate step is to work out a rough timescale. This is helpful when you come to the final stage, putting in an offer. When would you like the sale to take place by? If you're renting, what notice do you have to give? How long will it take to get the funds together? Bear in mind that the quicker you can proceed, the more attractive you will look to potential sellers. Step 10 is to start viewing. Any home you're seriously interested in should ideally be viewed more than once and at different times of the day. Take your time and ask plenty of questions about how long it's been on the market, if they've had any other offers, what renovations or repairs have they had done, and if they're in a chain, waiting to buy their next place. Remember, we have in-depth episodes on each of these steps on First Home Focus, plus a step-by-step to making an offer and completing the sale. So search up what you need to know and join us again for more essential first home know-how.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Move IQ's First Home Focus podcast. We hope you found our tips and advice helpful. Remember, home ownership may be closer than you think, and we are here to support you every step of the way. So please don't forget to subscribe, rate and review our podcast so you never miss an episode. Until next time.